Where's that? Where's my, it's starting to record. Ah, there you are. Hello, this is Alethea with Alethea Rants Photography, and I'm going to run you through a tutorial real quick if my cat won't stop trying to jump on me right now. Okay, I keep making these add-ons and Photoshop keeps deleting them, so thankfully last time I did them, I saved them. Like, I literally had 3 or 4 more than what this is. And Photoshop keeps deleting it every time I restart the computer, so I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I'm going to run you through real quick some cool little tips of the trade, tricks of the trade, not tips. When starting on an image, do Command J, make a copy of your background layer, as always, 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 always do that. Alright, first thing I'm going to do, just to get started, I like to make these kind of quick. I don't want to talk too much because, well, you know, that's annoying, and I don't like it when other people do it, so I'm not going to do it to you. Alright, real quick, we're going to go through and heal blemishes. You know, you're going to want to do this before you start running any skin correcting actions, because if you run it afterwards, it's going to look like crap. So go ahead and just, you know, little imperfections. I'm using a pen tablet, so it's really based upon, so like, let me show you real quick. See, when I push hard, see what happens? Okay, and I don't want to do that. It's based on pressure, so if I very lightly touch it, teeny tiny, see? I don't have to really adjust my brush size as far as cloning and stuff like that goes, if I'm very careful with it. Okay, so we're just using the Heal Brush tool. CS6 really has improved on this tool quite a bit, so I really like it. It also has a content-aware patch tool, which is absolutely fabulous for backgrounds, but I actually hardly ever use those anymore on backgrounds, even though you can. I will show you in the next tutorial what I do with backgrounds when I'm trying to clean them up a little bit. Okay, I think this is good enough. I'm just gonna, just little things. I'm gonna go ahead and run, I'm gonna flatten this. Let's see, where is my history? There you are. See, I told you. Take a snapshot, that's what I usually do, just so I can go back if I need to. Flatten image. Alright, now I'm gonna run my skin smoothing. This is actually a technique that I found both in a book and online. I just basically wrapped it up into an action so that I can use it. And there we go. Okay, I will get around to naming these correctly. Alright, you're going to go over to your black layer here. Make sure you have a low opacity white brush. Yes, I just burped. Coffee. Alright, use your bracket keys to make your brush bigger and smaller. You can use your number keys to make the opacity. I'm going to go about 50 on this. And then we're just going to very lightly brush over her skin. And I really like the technique that I found to make this action because it preserves a lot of the skin texture, which is very important. Like I said, I'm using a pen tablet, so I'm actually kind of reducing the amount of pressure in certain areas so I don't overdo it. Okay, it looks pretty good. I'm actually going to reduce the opacity of this just a little bit. Kids usually have pretty smooth skin, so you don't have to worry about that. This layer actually brings back some of the texture, so that's why that's there. So we'll just leave that there. Okay, I'm going to take another shot. Bazam. And then I'm going to flatten. Good to go. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to run my eye action. This one, I'm going to show you some neat little things that I have learned. First of all, you want to zoom all the way in, and I am so grateful to my daughter for not interrupting me right now like she did last night. Eyelashes. Okay, this is one of those little tricky things that people don't want me telling you about. Go in with the eyelash layer and darken up the eyelashes just a little bit. This is a trick that some of the big name photographers like to use. And I'm just going to go in just a little bit. If you take your opacity down to about 20%, maybe go over the eyebrows a little bit. All it is, it's just a darkening. Is all it's doing. Sparkle, which is a combination of, let me take this up to about 60. It's a combination of getting the high pass set to, I think, overlay. There's a way to make this, and you can actually increase or decrease the amount of sparkle. It just depends. I like to have a lot of sparkle in my eyes, but not too cray-cray with it. Alright, the whites. Usually I go over the highlights with the whites. Kids don't usually have Like, see if I went too crazy with this? Look. See how bright that is? I mean, it's fine, but I don't want her... Look, let me show you. Look. Hi, my eyes are glowing. Yeah, we don't want that. So I would actually go back with the black at about 20 and get rid of that. I don't want her looking like she is drinking radioactive fluids. Something else you can do is take the whites back with white brush and just maybe just a little, you know, a little bit of that, just to add a little pop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to close this one down. Let me do another snapshot so I can go back later and change anything if I need to. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little bit of contouring that I like to do. Depends on the image. What you do if you want to brighten it a little bit, go to curves, pull up your midtones. Okay, then you're going to see that mask right there, hit Command I, and it inverts it. Then you paint over it with a low opacity brush on just the areas that are highlighted. Like here, here. Just the areas that are naturally highlighted. Don't be getting all crazy on me and highlighting stuff you don't need to. I think I'm going to kill my cat. Really? You're really going to do this to me right now? Oh, she's in my lap and it's really annoying. Just a little bit right there. Okay. Show you before, after. Just a little bit, not too much. You can do another curves layer and then bring it down. And this adds a little bit of shadows. Now we're going to do again Command I on the mask and go about 20%, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to color back in some of these shadows. Gives her a little bit of contouring on her face. You don't want to get all crazy with it, okay? Because then it just looks horrible. So let's not get horrible with it. I'm going to go over her hair. She has a beautiful color hair here. That really rich brown that I really wish my hair was that color. It's not fair. Okay. So I've added in a little bit of shadows. Everybody's got some shadows. Obviously you're not going to do this with like under the eyes because then you're going to create dark circles. But I'll show you the before and the after. And it's really up to taste. It's really how you feel and what you like. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. It's just something I like to do. Okay, now for the part where the photo ninjas are probably going to come flying out of the sky. Go to curves. Now a lot of people really enjoy that matte look. And what you're going to do is you're going to bump up your mids, save those highlights, okay, and then you're going to take the corner here and you're going to go up, but you need to bring back the blacks. This is really washed out. And you do that by pulling this down. And I don't want to go too crazy because then it's going to make everything orange. And you have like a nice, very subtle, you can even bring this back down. Sometimes I bump the highlights, or bump the midtones, excuse me, and it works pretty good. But here with her skin tone, I'm only going to do it just a little bit. But this is your own. You can actually bring this up a little bit more, make it more matte. If you bring these, it makes it more washed out. About right there. There you go. Now, I also have this curve in my Lightroom presets. It's one that I personally picked because it's kind of middle ground. It's not too matty, if that makes any sense. Now something else that people do, and I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. Don't invert this, just color over it with a black brush at about 20%, and you're going to go in over the eyes and the mouth. You can maybe even go in a little bit on the nose. It's really up to taste. I might take a little bit more off, but it really adds a lot more depth, and then tone down the matte just a little bit. Okay, see? Beautiful. That's how you do that. Waiting once again for the photo ninjas to come flying out of nowhere. If I come up missing, I'll give you a list of probably, what, 15, 20 local photographers who might have me in the trunk of their car. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flatten that. Like I said, take a snapshot. That's this little button right here. And I'm going to show you what, it's kind of cool, watch. If you go back in time, and you can see, I actually just pointed at the screen with my finger again. You can actually see I can use the snapshots to go back and change things if I need to. And you can see the progression of your image. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do a light leak. And this is getting to be almost 10 minutes long, but that's okay. Just bear with me. Oh, let me go back and flatten this again. La 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 la. Okay. Go to gradients. Click on that. Now, these are the ones that are usually there. Okay. I didn't know. I just found this out. These are my saved gradients. So I have like Momo. And you go okay. If you want to save, this is what you do. You hit save and put like in Poo Poo Sprinkles. There we go. See? Hit save and it saves your gradients for you. So I'm going to go in here and I'm actually going to pick, let's see, I'm just going to hit OK. There's toning. That's not really quite what I want. So let's go maybe color harmonies. Let's check that out. Okay, these look pretty good. That way they're already done. You don't even have to do anything. And I'll show you how to do your own here in just a second. But anyway, so these are already done. Put it at a little bit of an angle, maybe reverse it. All the reversing does is moves it flip-flops it. Hit OK, and then you go over to here, and you're going to set it to screen. All right, now, this is really bright, so let's just take the opacity down. Now, you can leave it as is, because, you know, that's what some people do. Or go in here, once again, low opacity brush. I'm going to make it pretty big, so I'm using my bracket key. And I'm going to bring her back into the picture here. And is it going to work? Oh, here we go. It's going to take a long time. Play the Jeopardy music in the background. I think it's doing this because I'm running two programs at the same time, so. Yours might take just up. See, there it is, finally. Yay! You can fast forward through this part. Go ahead. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to do, I want a little bit more, so I'm going to put it at 40% this time, and I'm just going to go over her face. Just very, very gently. And then go over her hair, because I just don't want the light leak to take the entire control of the entire image. I want a little bit of her to kind of pop out. So that's what we're doing here, is we're taking away from some of the light leak and a nice blend into the background here. So see, looks beautiful, right? I love it. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to do your own. I'm going to go ahead and get a shot of that because I might want to come back to that. I really like it. Go to gradient, and I'm going to show you, not selective color, you goofball. Go to gradient, and I'm going to show you how to kind of do your own. Come down here and pick a red, which is the most common light leak, I think, is reds and orange. If you want to save it, you might want to hit new, and it'll save it for you. Hit OK. All right, so I'm going to have it on linear, and let's take it down a little bit. That's, no. Okay, see, what this is doing, it's basically spreading it out over the entire thing. I actually kind of want to see what it looks like. We hit screen, and it's a very subtle light leak right here. If you want a little bit more drama, just double click on it again, and we're going to take that back down. See? And it adds a little bit more drama over here. If you want to do radial, you can do radial, turn off align with layer, and that way you can like move it in the corner, maybe have a little bit right here. So let's say we put some like right here, just for shits and giggles. All right, go to gradient. You want to add a little bit of yellow in there. All you gotta do is double click on this, go to the yellow, pick a pretty yellow, not an ugly yellow. There we go, that's okay. Also, these little boxes up here, you can create more of them. Just click on it, take the opacity down. This is how they work. Click down here and you can actually make this another color. Let's say like a dark brown. Make it look like crap. There you go. All right, I'm just showing you how to do it. And then do linear or radial. If you do radial, make sure you turn off the align with layer. That way you can move it around if you need to. This one I'm actually going to reverse, so the yellow is on the outside. All right, and this is huge. I'm going to take that down, like way down. That's really cool, sweetie. That's great. Oh, see, it's making it even smaller. Ah, there we go. Just play with it. I'm just kind of showing you what happens when you play with it. See? And it adds like a really soft effect. Now, I'm going to make a grip, and I'm going to drag these two in there just so I can show you what it looks like before and after. Okay, look. Before and after. Making your own light leaks, okay? Your own. You don't have to spend $150 freaking dollars on a bunch of layers that literally look like that, okay? You can do it yourself. Don't have to go spending all that money. Not, see, once again, I'm waiting for arrows to come flying out of nowhere. Where are you at? Rogue bullets. Somebody of the ninjas are gonna freaking like do a drive-by at my house tomorrow. Okay, well that's it. The next tutorial will be using this image. I told her to give me a big happy face, and she did. And I will be showing how to fill in some of the background and do some of the spotlighting effect that I like to do. Until next time, ta-ta!